you can go ahead and get a CT scan. So I got it, and then it's taken forever to get the results back, but I finally got the results back. Okay. Everything is, I'll just cut to the chase. Everything is fantastic. There is not a thing wrong with me. All the test results, all the lab results, they check for kidney stones. They looked at the one kidney, the right one. Easy had flank pain. I don't know. Kidney stone suspected. What did we find? Nothing. Everything looks good. Liver looks great. Pancreas looks great. Spleen, great. Adrenals, the adrenal glands are normal. Kidneys, ureters, and bladder. The right kidney is normal in size. There is no word I don't know. Absence of the left kidney from previous surgical removal. No right renal calculi are identified. The right ureter is normal. In caliber. And no right ureteral. But they didn't mention the prostate at all. But if it was, I mean, they already have diagnosed BPH. But nothing more to report. In fact, then the PA writes, easy, CT negative for any kidney issues. Recommend that you follow up with Dr. Byers if pain continues, as it is likely non-urologic, urologic in nature. I guess I'm good. Something I just have to put up with until this medicine shrinks my prostate even more. I guess it's weird that at this age, I was expecting about another 30 years of solid jizz. And now it's just gone. I just miss my jizz. Chris says, I heard walking on a treadmill backwards helps everything. Easy can rest easy knowing he doesn't have stage 5 cancer. Amanda says, basically, they are calling you a whiny bitch. Okay. All right. Fine. And everybody laughs at that. Amanda says, what, Amy? Basically, they're just because Amy laughed at that. And then Amanda said, what, Amy? Basically, they're just taking all his money. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, if I have an opportunity to get a CT, which I did because I think there's something wrong with me, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not my fault that no one wants to be anywhere near a 5-block radius of your reproductive organs. Don't take it out on me. You made your pussy just a pussy. That's what they're saying. Fucking pain in the ass. Kent is here. He's all fired up for his maize and blue. Kent, one of the Walmart Wolverines. The big game going on this weekend. Michigan and Penn State. The whole world hates Michigan right now, including your old pal EZ. Michigan takes on Penn State tomorrow at, what time is it? Noon? Oh, my God. So by 3 o'clock, we'll know. This is the first opponent that Michigan has played that is any good. They have taken on all loser schools. Here's the amount of points that they've given up this year. 7, 10. This is in league. 7 and 0 and 13. So 13, 20, 30, 37. They've given up 44 points this year in league games. Again, now Joe Martinez, that gets him riled up. He writes, you suck, go blue. Star Wars sucks 69, whoever that is, says, hail, hail. Okay. Look, prior to Harbaugh, I liked Michigan, but I didn't like root like you jackasses. I was like, oh man, I wanted them to do well, but they couldn't get anything right with the what they had going on. They bring Harbaugh in, and then they suck for the first handful of years, and then suddenly he turns it around. Somehow, despite being a fucking weirdo. All you slappies then fall right in line. Oh, he's the greatest thing in the whole world. Oh, go blue. Yeah, hail to the victors. Real annoying. I'll admit, though, the 2 years that they beat Ohio State, I was happy with that. I liked that. You know? And it was cool. Especially the game that Aiden Hutchinson really kicked ass, kind of propelled him onto the level that he's at right now with the Lions. That's so cool. I love that. But now, after all this bullshit that's happened with this guy, I want him to fall right on his fucking face. I posted this to Facebook yesterday. I ripped it off from somebody. Made it a reel so I can get some coin out of it. Okay, let me get to it. It is a quote from Bo Schembechler's book, and it applies to Harbaugh. Bo Schembechler said in his book, when someone uncovers a scandal in their company, I don't think they can say, hey, I don't know. I didn't know that was going on. They're just saying they're too dumb to do their job. And if they really are too dumb, then why are they getting paid millions of dollars to do it? They know what's going on. So that's what Bo Schembechler said about Jim Harbaugh. Bo Schembechler called Jim Harbaugh a cheater. So what do you say about that? I mean, I didn't say it. Bo Schembechler said it about your man Harbaugh. That can't feel good. If like one of the godfathers of Michigan coaching and college football says Jim Harbaugh is a cheater, God damn. Kyle says, didn't Bo Schembechler cover up a scandal? Pot, have you met kettle? Well, yeah, exactly. He knows precisely what it takes. That's how he's so aware. So there you go. That's your boy Harbaugh. Linda says Bo Schembechler had a child molester on staff, didn't he? Oh, of course he did. I remember that. We talked about it. And then that story just never caught on because everybody loves Michigan. At Michigan State, you touch one kid and the whole world finds out. You know? Joe Martinez says Bo coached Harbaugh. Yeah, so what? Everybody knows that. I don't think Harbaugh was cheating then, you dummy. Well, anyway, it all ends here. It all begins to unravel in about 27 and a half hours. When Penn State murders Michigan. It's going to be like 50-0. Donko writes, didn't EZ have a molester on staff once? That's true. I did a radio show 6 days with a convicted child rapist. Absolutely true. God, that was bad. Local whistleblower sent me a message on Facebook by the name. What was the person's name on Facebook? It's a fake name. Andrew Cloudkicker. Andrew Cloudkicker was the name. It says, I'm just here to inform you. You are working with a convicted child rapist. And gave me all this pertinent information. So I went up to the rapist who was sitting at my desk at the radio station. I said, excuse me. And in a period of 3 minutes, everything came out. And I went, oh, wow. Okay. Can you hang right there? Can you just stay right there? You stay right there. I'll be right back. I went down to the floor below us where the general manager is. I go, boss, I got to tell you something important. I explained what happened. And the look on his face with his hands over his face. And then he screamed out to the HR person. I won't say the name. I'm trying to keep this as vague as possible. HR person! Bring me so-and-so's application. Because they actually made you fill out an application for the job. Corey suggests, so why didn't this Good Samaritan say anything while on Free Beer and Hot Wings? I don't know. I don't have an answer. Ryan says, my old pal Cartwright. I didn't say any names. And then so-and-so lied on the application about felony conviction, which was perfect because that meant this was going to be an easy firing. My job was, and then so I go back upstairs. Dude's gone. He's not there anymore. He has left. Never stepped another foot in the office. This was on a Thursday. He was fired by Friday. There was some phone calls that took place between me and Dude, between the big reveal and the firing, and he'd be like, "What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Oh my God, what's gonna happen?" I was like, "Oh, we got this, no problem. This is nothing. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, we'll take care. We're gonna wash the internet. No one's gonna know it. It's totally fine. Not a problem." Hang up. Call the boss. Yeah, he's getting fired. Don't talk to him anymore. Oh, so bad. Talk about an anxiety attack. Oh. Corey writes, he left to host a podcast with a former coworker. No idea. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know that. Weird. Oh, Rick's in Florida. Rick from TC Paintball. Bastard. Have fun. We'll just work on axe throwing here. Dumbass. All right. All sorts of fun comments on the chat. Then EZ proceeded to lay on the ground in the fetal position while coworkers probably pointed and laughed at him. Yes, I actually did lay on the ground. Linda says, I wonder if his podcast co-host would let him babysit his kids. Well, I don't know that he's doing a podcast. You guys must know more than I do. Ben Weller says, God damn it, I missed a good story. You never know when these stories are going to hit. That's why you dicks have to turn this shit on when I go live. I go live at 8. You don't know what you're going to miss. Bastards. So dumb. All right. So my health is intact, I guess. You know what this is? This is just age. I'm just getting old. Okay? What with the knee? I can't run anymore. I have to take old man walks to the neighborhood. I do power walk, though. I walk hard like Dewey Cox. Okay? And those walks really kick ass. Jesus Christ. I set my record for time the other day through the neighborhood. And burn a ton of calories doing it. But I can't do anything high impact. Just bad. My brain health is, I can't say that I'm alarmed. I'm just slightly concerned. Okay. First of all, young Adam Schwab says the Freeburn Hot Wings crew must be in denial. The acolytes on Reddit think that big fraud Zane is lying. Yeah, I've heard that too. And I've always said I can be accused of many, many things. But to just come out and lie is ridiculous. That's just not my game. It's just easier to say exactly what happened. It's more interesting that way than to make up some crazy-ass story. Besides, when you make up a crazy-ass story, odds are you're going to change it the next time you tell it. And it's not going to make sense. It's not going to pass the sniff test. Every time I've told details of that story, all I do is put my brain back to the moment of what I was feeling, where I was. I remember every inch of that story, every inch of it. There was even a time after the child rapist got fired that I ran my mouth. I talked about it to people who know the rapist and know me. And it got back to the rapist. And the rapist called me and was furious. And I'm like, well, what? I don't know what to tell you, man. It's like, I'm not saying anything that's not true, that isn't known. Jesus Christ. Ben says, you don't speed walk at the mall with the blue hairs. No, I do it in my neighborhood. Amanda writes, Ben, you can't puke and listen at the same time. Ben was, I guess, throwing up from a virus. Sorry about that. Linda says, I need to get my ass on the treadmill in the next 10 minutes. Okay, good. Do that. But no, I'm definitely not lying. I will oftentimes get questions out of the blue about that, and I always answer. Like, people like reach out to me, and I'll always answer truthfully. My wife has accused me many times of, as she says, not listening. I've talked about this with you. Like, I will be in the same room when she's describing something she plans on doing to, like, Jackie. And she assumes that I'm listening. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm cooking. Well, yeah, but hey, I told you. You did? Yeah, I was in the kitchen talking to Jackie. I go, okay, well, you told her. You didn't say, hey, honey, and then tell me. And she says, well, I mean, you were in the room. I go, yeah, it doesn't work that way. If I'm engaged in the conversation, that's one thing. I might as well not even be in the room. You know? So she goes, okay, well, I have this to do, that to do, this to do, that to do. I go, okay, great. Yesterday morning, she comes in right to this room and says, honey, and she's talking to me in this patronizing tone. I go, yes, dear. After school, I have to take so-and-so to the airport. Then I'm getting my nails done. And then I'm going out for a drink with Jamie. And I go, okay. Jamie's her girlfriend, who, by the way, needs a boyfriend. Late 40s, cute as a button. And she needs a boyfriend. So I'm right now looking at the who is offering, who has potential in the chat. Kyle, no. He's Patrick is single. You would be good for Jamie, but you're in South Carolina, so you're out. Corey, no, he's married. Joe Pellerito, married. Kenny, no. You're in Tennessee. And you would crush your little body. Let's see. Kyle, no, into Dick. Chris from Buffalo, no, I think you're married. And in Buffalo. Adam, married. Ben Weller, don't know the story. You might be. Tyler, married. Joe Martinez married. Let's see. Nick. Arena Nick. I think you're married. Maybe you're not. I don't know. But you're kind of a hick, and I don't think you would blend well. So Easy Sex Agent says no to that. So Diana comes in here and she says, gives me all that information. I go, okay, sounds good. Kevin Kuipers, no, definitely not Jamie's type. And he's too much of a child, for God's sake. Jesus. He lives with his mommy. Can you imagine being a 30-some-year-old guy and you meet a hot chick and she says, hey, can I drop by your place? And you have to say, I got to ask my mommy. God damn it. At this stage of the game, the first thing you need to do is move out of mommy and daddy's house. That is such bullshit that you live with your mommy and daddy. Who are you, that guy from fucking USC who ran into the stands to hug his mommy? If you want any hope, you have to first, I don't give a shit if you live in a box. You can't be at mommy and daddy's house. Get out of mommy and daddy's house. Pay rent. I don't give a shit what you do. Live in a trailer. A girl would rather have sex with you on the street than go to mommy and daddy's house. Amy says, Cutie Patootie isn't in his 30s, is he? I don't know. I think he is. Early 30s. Ladies, can you imagine if you, or ladies, or, gay people, if you met a nice guy and you're like, oh my God, he's just adorable. He's perfect. And then he said, Kevin is 28, by the way. And then Kevin said, yeah, come on, come see me. Come see my mommy. I'm at my mommy's house. Get the fuck out of there. What are you doing? He says, you try to buy a house $100,000 over what it's worth. Oh, bullshit. Just get a shit house for $150,000 in the ghetto. It doesn't matter. Just get out of the mom and dad's house. You got to rip that scab off. Today, I want you to call Mario Flores and get your fucking mortgage and get the fuck out of there. Rent a room. You dick. I moved out when I was 18, you dick fucking shit, and I had a house when I was 21. 20! I had bought and sold that house by the time I was your age, and I had 2 kids, you stupid cock. You're with your mommy. God damn. Ryan says, my old man made sure I was aware that I was no longer welcome after I was 18. If I had to pay rent, it might as well be my own place. Kenny says he had a house at 20. He said he should have kept it. Oh, yeah, but you were dealt a bad hand, man. Every time you turned around, there was a woman getting a dick that wasn't yours. Poor Kenny, every time he turned around, some crazy bitch is cheating on him, and now he's all fucked up. Patrick owned a house at 20. I know Nick probably had a house when he was like 14. Amanda says, I own a house at 20 as well, and last Monday they found a dead person in front of it. Oh, my God. Well, that's interesting. All right. Anyway. So now Diana says to me this, because we just had a friend of the family who her sister passed away. So Diana and all the girlfriends are going to the other side of the state to support the friend, a friend in need. Friend in need is a friend indeed. And all going to go over there and be there for the funeral. Now, all during the week, Diana said to me, I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday, this funeral deal. And you might as well just chalk up a whole weekend. And that is what's happening. And I go, okay, because I asked her, do you want to go to the Griffins game on Friday? And she says, well, I don't know if I can because of this. I go, all right, so I don't know what's happening. I know there is a funeral this weekend at some point, but I have not been told that. Today, I'm getting ready to make her lunch this morning. And I go, honey, what do you want for lunch? Normally she texts it for me when I'm downstairs and getting my coffee. And no message. I go, hey, what's up? What do you want for lunch? I told you. I go, no, I didn't get that. No, I told you I don't need one. I don't need a lunch. Remember, I'm coming home at lunch for the funeral. And she comes down, and I say to her, well, you didn't tell me that. I don't know what you're referring to. I told you this. I'm like, oh, my God. So I wander away. And then time passes, and she comes down. She's all ready for work, and she goes, okay, now I want you to listen to me. I'm coming home at 12:30. I'm getting my bag. The other friends are coming over, and we're getting in my car, and we're driving to Pinconning, Michigan, and we have, we're offering support tonight, and then we spend the night there, and then we wake up Saturday, and we're all going to go out. The funeral is tonight. And I go, okay, this is the first I've been told this. And she actually hugs me and goes, like, they're there. Like, they're there. It's okay. Honey. She's talking to me like that. Honey, it's okay. I know we did have this conversation. And so for a fleeting moment, I'm like, maybe we did. I have no recollection of it. And part of me is like, fucking brain rot runs in my family. My dad is in the throes of dementia / Alzheimer's right now. So where my concern for my prostate is of being riddled with cancer has dropped, now the idea that I've got all sorts of amyloid proteins chowing on my brain meat as we speak like fucking Pac-Man. Wow, I had no recollection that conversation even took place. I can't believe it. Now, I am going to really start to pay close attention because what I want to do is I want to catch her and then for my own peace of mind. The next time she, quote unquote, has a conversation with me and determine like the moment in time when I'm like, okay, so right now, do you think you're talking to me? Right now, do you think that you're actually giving me information? Oh, yeah, I'm talking. Well, we're in the other room. I'm in the other room, and you're talking in the other direction. I don't actually hear you, so this does not count as you informing me. This is what I'm predicting is going to happen. This is not you filling me in and having a conversation with me. We actually have to be looking at each other's eyes when we're talking. I haven't said that to her yet, but I'm going to. Tyler says, I've experienced these instances too. I've actually considered wearing a GoPro around the house so I can play back conversations to determine which of us have memory issues. I think there's a ad campaign out right now where they They're arguing they throw the red challenge flag, and then the ref shows up with the replay thing. I love those ads where you're trying to figure out, like, who left the sunroof open or who said what. That's where I am right now. Progressive red flag. Great ads. Those ads are great, and so are the ones where the dude is trying to keep you from becoming your parents. While that's going on, Cole writes, drunken lesbian orgy weekend. Corey says vulvas are going to mash, but then he doesn't give me troll face anymore. Did I, shame that out of you? Call of Duty calls it gaslighting. Kenny says he loves those ads, but he also loves the Mayhem guy, too. The Mayhem guy is awesome. I love Mayhem. Oh. Aren't these all insurance commercials? Red Flag, Keep You From Becoming Your Parents, and Mayhem, like 3 different companies. Mayhem is Allstate. Progressive is Red Flag. Keep You From Becoming Your Parents. I don't know what that is. You get one for Frank Fuss. All right. So that's what's happening. If you're enjoying the show on Facebook, X, or, of course, what's that called again? YouTube. It's time for me to say goodbye to you. I appreciate you very much. Full show, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or download the Twitch app, search Eric Zane Live. You'll find it. I'm on Twitch. Also, the audio podcast is available when the show is over in its entirety on demand. Whatever platform you choose, I'm there. Eric Zane Show Podcast. Please give me a review on Apple Podcasts. Say something sweet about your old pal, EZ. And then the Patreon. My God, last night on Patreon, Stu and I had a ball with Who Are These Ottawa County Fascists, where we beat up these stupid hicks. Oh, my God. That is for free for you on Patreon for 7 days when you go to patreon.com/Eric Zane. We then featured the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which is always a great time with a live audience. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you very much for being here, Facebook, X, and YouTube.